Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. Oh, I guess you're right. You can call me Redacted. What? It was like he said something, but his voice was delayed. That's just me every time anyone introduces themselves to me, honestly. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are playing a dating sim visual novel that also has some Yandere themes. And one thing about me is I love me a good Yandere character and some Yandere horror. I don't know why, but it always kind of fascinated me. So if you're into this as well, then feel free to come along for this ride. But if you are a little concerned about potential horror themes, then maybe this isn't the video for you. As you can see, we are starting the game with some warnings on screen that I wanted to show you, just in case. So it is a horror and romance game, and it involves some mild, coarse language, horror, gore, and unsettling themes such as being stalked, violence, death, and murder. It also involves eye-straining text, screen shakes, and the potential to cause seizures for those with photosensitive epilepsy. So be warned, take this into account, and if you feel super uncomfortable with any of this, if this might be a trigger for you, then you don't need to watch this. If you're concerned one of your triggers might be in here, but you're not sure yet, there's also a full list of content warnings on their website. So you could go pause the video real quick and just look them up. The game's called 14 Days With You, as you can probably see in the video title as well. And yeah, but I don't want to put too many spoilers here, because content warnings are also always like major spoilers. And I don't want to know what's going to happen yet as well. I like to go into this with just not knowing anything. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. I am over 18, and you better be as well. Oh god, I gotta confirm again. Confirm you are 18 or over and have read everything correctly. Yes, I have. Okay, welcome back. Enter your core updates username to continue. So I'm gonna enter my name, which is Kai, which is like a basic ass username, just using your own name. But honestly, I try to whenever I can. Or actually, let's make it KaiWaii, or KaiWaii, as I like to pronounce it. Because if you didn't know, my YouTube username is supposed to be a reference to the Japanese word kawaii, which means cute, because I like cute stuff and I am a bit of a weeb. Yeah. Oh, I hope I wasn't slouching out of the picture again. Oh my god, it's like a terrible habit of mine. But anyways, I'll go with my YouTube username. Check the official itch page for all the latest demo updates. Right, so this is just a demo of the game. It's still in development as far as I know, as of filming this. And yeah, if you like it, definitely go check them out. What do I do now? So, okay, this is like the menu. I see. So I think this is the creator socials. I don't know what manage data is. Settings, gallery, load, credits, and this probably starts the game, I'll assume. So yeah, there we go. Customize the main character. Oh, I'd like to. So it seems like we have two head shapes. We got some skin colors. Personally, I'm super pale, so... Oh, I'm not sure which one's closer, like the palest one or the second palest one. I think I go with the second palest, because I'm not, like, deathly pale, probably. Maybe. I'm not sure. Tell me in the comments if you agree with me. To be fair, the lighting is not really doing me any justice here, but we will have to get some type of lighting thing, lamp, to help with that. I don't really have anything like that right now. Anyway, it's pronounced he. Eyes. Oh, I can do little... Wait, that's the lashes. Okay, I thought that was were eyes, and I could just have little dot eyes, which I usually think are pretty cute. I'll go with those eyes. Oh, I can make them pink, that's awesome. Pink is like my favorite color. And I can choose between different hairstyles peeking out of my hoodie. Is that a beard, or is that supposed to be like a ponytail that I, for some reason, put this way around? I don't know, but I guess this would be closest to my hair, because I've got that one long side going on. I just pointed to the wrong side, but whatever. I know where my hair is, guys, I promise. And I like my hair pink as well. And I can choose between 2 different body types. Just seems like the legs are just a little thicker with this one. But okay, I can decide if I want to have some juicy thighs or not. Looks good to me. I always like it when you can customize your character in a game. Okay, it's like actually still, you know, it's probably not super relevant for the game. But I just always think it's a neat little detail, and quite frankly, I can spend hours in character customization. I love making little people. I love making little people, and I love making them cute as hell. Let's get started with the game. I keep making hand gestures, and then realizing they're completely off camera. Kai, huh? I see. I can't wait to officially meet you. Thanks, I think. Whoa, creepy, but hey, I'm just glad somebody likes me. And in other news, the remains of yet another body has been pulled out from Lake Blue Moss, making it a total of 4 unidentifiable victims this past year. Authorities believe that... Ugh. Stifling a groan with the rim of my coffee cup, I fish around for the remote lodged between the cushions and turn off the TV. Kind of crazy how my character can just see reports of like a murder and be like, ugh, annoying ass bullshit or whatever. Like, girl, have some empathy, Jesus. Maybe it just happens so often around here that everyone's completely desensitized to it. I wasn't about to let some morbid headline damper the start of my cheerful morning, especially considering how today was going to be my first day at work after finally getting that hard-earned promotion. I mean, sure, stacking and sorting through books at a library might not have been my dream job, or even my first choice of places to work after moving back. It sounds like they've got some history. Or I mean, I should say he, since he's me, and I specifically choose he/him pronouns for him. Anyways. But the pay was nice, my coworkers were friendly, and the building was located within the perfect walking distance from my apartment. Oh, that's so nice, you can just get up like 20 minutes before work and then walk there. That's awesome, you get to sleep in every day. There was even this adorable little bakery along the way that served the best shortcakes and croissants known to mankind. Oh, that sounds amazing. And the manager there always loved to hand out small freebies whenever I stopped by. Excuse me, is this heaven? Can I move here? Hello? Do you get a room in your house? You need a roommate. It still beats living in the city though. Honestly, I wasn't even sure why I left my hometown in the first place. Okay, that is so not me though. I love living in the city and I'm so glad. I used to live in like a small village in the middle of nowhere. And I'm just glad there's like things around now, you know, like shops and stuff. Where you can actually do stuff in your free time. Crazy concept. Anyways. The fast-paced hustle and bustle lifestyle of the city just wasn't what I was longing for whenever I stared out of my window on sleepless nights, and the people there were always rude and indignant. There's nothing like Cortlandt Bay, where everyone felt like a close-knit family, and the air smelled like the sea rather than pollution. Okay, seems like this person has some strong opinions. And sure, the local crime rate might be getting out of hand as of late, and there might be fewer things for me to do here. You know, it's kind of concerning if the crime rate of like a little town or village is this high. If this was a big city, it would be like kind of normal, I guess. But for all of this to be happening in such a small region, it's actually very concerning to me. Anyways, but my new job keeps me busy and I prefer spending time alone at the beach over visiting shady bars with people I barely considered friends. I assume that's what they were doing back in the city. In fact, they sound like a great friend. And even though I would never admit it out loud, I was truly grateful to have someone like them in my life. Pulling up the keyboard, I begin to type a response to their message. Can I save? Okay. I am such a chicken, I need to save before every choice in the visual novel. I am so sorry. I can say thank you, send back another sticker, reply later, or send a new with their context. So I think I'll just say thank you. Well, it depends on what the sticker is. I could send a cute sticker that also says thank you back. I'll go with thank you. It really was considerate of them to send this message, especially considering our contrasting time zones. So I decided on sending back a quick thank you in response. A great chat bubble pops up just as I hit the send button, indicating that Moth is typing out another message. Oh, I think Moth's icon is really cute with the little bunny. I expected like a different vibe and aesthetic from the username Moth, or I don't know if it's their username or if that's the name they go by. I was expecting something a little more alternative or goth from the name of, something a little edgy, but the bunny's heckin' adorable. And anyways, Moth is saying, by the way, did you see the latest AOG app? I heard Haruko got an outfit change. Spoiler for me, did he really change his hairstyle as well? Or was it really just his sorcerer outfit? I can't call myself his spouse if I don't even know whether he changed his look or not. Attack on Giants, or AOG as Moth like to call it, could that be a reference to something, is a popular anime series that we recently became obsessed with, and Haruko is one of the main characters from the show. I'm not sure how new this game is. It's still in development, so it's probably relatively new. It's kind of crazy that they're referencing Attack on Titan in 2026. Or, like, is that just me? Because I thought it was kind of over at this point. Anyways. He's a sorcerer from the Shizuka clan, and is widely known for his shy, empathetic, and airheaded demeanor, and as of late, his unique hairstyle has become a trending topic within the anime community. Now that I'm thinking about it, what hairstyle did Haruko have in the latest episode of AOG? I can say Haruko's hair is short now, it's medium length, long, or still the same. I don't really know if this matters in any way, shape, or form, to be honest. So I guess I'll say it's long now, because that slays. He grew it out? I knew there was a 1-year time skip, but dang! I'm bouncing off the walls right now. By the way, I don't mean to change the subject, but didn't you say last night that you were gonna head to work at 8 AM? Cause it's like almost 9:30 where you are right now. Right? Or am I just dumb and got the time zones mixed up again, lol? Uh-oh. Looking at the time displayed on my phone, I immediately let out a string of curses and leaped to my feet. Shit. Grabbing the coat that I had carelessly strewn? Not sure how to pronounce this one. Across the back of the sofa earlier, I quickly shrug it on before making a beeline towards the front door. By the way, I really like the way this is written. I feel like whoever wrote this really has a way with words so far. Before I leave, however, I spare myself one final glance in the poorly hung mirror in the hallway. Hopefully the outfit I chose was appropriate for my job. I mean, what are you going out in booty shorts and like a crop top? I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, I get to choose between something cutesy, something comfy, alternative, professional, trendy, casual. I want something cutesy, you know me. You can't go wrong with a bit of pastel bows and frills. That's what I always say. No, but I mean, that sounds awesome though. I'd love to wear a little bit more frilly stuff. But it's kind of hard to find clothes that are sort of tailored to men but look cute. And I don't like shopping in the women's section that much. So it's a bit of a struggle. Giving myself a small spin in the mirror, I admire how the soft fabric and patterns flow around me. But enough of that, I can check myself out another time. Hastily, I smooth out the wrinkles and pick off any stray pieces of lint from my sleeves before I finally head out the front door. And almost catch my coat on the door handle in the process. Oh, hate when that happens. With a grumble, I tug at the fabric of my coat before slamming the door shut with a little bit too much force than necessary. Even trying to insert my key came with a bit of a struggle, and I had to fight the urge to yell in frustration as I attempted to lock my door. Seriously, when will that lazy bum of a landlord do something about this? Oh man. I swear I've complained about this at least 4 times this month. Damn. Oh, hey there, Kai. Looking good. My neighbor, Violet, practically beams at me while she fishes through her pockets for her own apartment key. Oh, she's very pretty. Is she holding violets in her hand right now? That's crazy. Her name's Violet and she's got some violets with her always. Resting on her hip was yet another potted plant, and I found myself wondering where she was going to put it this time. Ah, so she's a plant girly. I was almost entirely convinced that her whole apartment had been turned into a greenhouse at this point, considering how her balcony was practically filled to the brim with different kinds of plants, greenery, and other various kinds of flora. It sounds very pretty though. But I wasn't about to complain or anything. The fragrance that wafted in with the wind always smelled floral and earthy, and it did well to mask the smell of smoke and burnt food whenever I tried to cook. I feel like my protagonist here is a bit of a hot mess, huh? Hey, your outfit is just my style. You look so cute. You'll have to let me peek inside your closet someday. I've been looking for some new inspiration lately, especially with the winter right around the corner. Ah, I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Oh, back to you. Her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. Also, I just got a little pop-up on here saying, I wonder what the sort of warning triangle symbol does. We could find out. Click to dismiss. Okay. Oh. So this opened my phone, maybe? Yeah, that looks like a phone. We've got some app icons, we've got a map, open socials tab, open workgroup chat, open question mark. So here we can see all the characters we've met before, it seems. And then we've got some apps. Want to update your status, change your username. Oh, I can have a little profile picture. Those are quite unhinged. I'll just do my little guy. And yeah, I think that's about everything we can do here. Alright, so now we know what that does. Anyways, her voice pulls me away from my thoughts, and I notice how the growing smile on her face doesn't seem to falter. Wow, Violet sure was extra chirpy this morning. I wonder if she'd let me borrow some of that energy. In response, I shoot my neighbor a grin of my own, and it was apparently enough to brighten her mood even more than it was already. I think I'll just say it's nice to see you again. Keep it nice and friendly, why not? Yeah, it's nice to see you too. I'd usually still be at the flower shop at this time, so it's nice to finally be able to catch up with you like this, especially when our schedules align. Speaking of, you should stop by my place the next time you're free. I'd love to introduce you to this little guy's family. By little guy, I assume she means her plant. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been meaning to ask you this, but when were you going to tell me that you were seeing someone? Huh? A knowing look pulls at her features as Violet continues to fiddle with the lock on her door. What are you talking about? Come on! Don't act like you didn't just have a guy over last night. I saw him leaving when I took Kathy out for a walk. That's not good. Cause I'm pretty sure my guy did not have anyone over last night, by his reaction. So I think someone broke into our apartment. I'd be more worried about my neighbor taking her plants, named plants, out on a walk at night. Oh true, I didn't even catch that somehow. Yeah. I mean, go off, queen. Does she walk them all at once? Does she have like a carrier for them? Or does she just take like all of her, I don't know, 100 plants out one by one? That'd take her hours. But the thought of someone leaving my apartment seemed to set off way more alarm bells. Yeah. Valid. What the hell? I give Violet a concerned look and she picks up on it almost immediately. You don't remember? don't tell me you were drunk or something. With a huff, she gives up on trying to unlock her door. It seems as though we both shared the same problem with our apartment locks. And places her potted plant on the ground before slowly making her way towards me. Am I not late for work right now? Like, I'm sorry, but I should not be staying here and chatting. Tall guy? Wearing a dark slasher hoodie? Oh yeah, that doesn't sound shady at all. Probably either into old fashion or bondage with the crazy amount of belts and loops wrapped around his leg. Ring any bells? No. Last night I was just catching up on some TV shows and talking with my friend. No one came here. Even if they did, I would have heard them. My place isn't really that big anyway. Really? Really? But I was so sure it was your door. A hand rests on her cheek in a thinking manner before she pouts up at me, seemingly giving in. For now. Well, alright then. Maybe it was somebody else's apartment. I mean, it's always so dark in these hallways at night. Honestly, what is our landlord doing? Not his job, apparently. Would you mind if I check in with security downstairs later? It'd give me some peace of mind. That would be awesome. Yeah, that's fine. Alright then, thank you, Kai. It's crazy to just have such a sweet and concerned neighbor. Wow. In what fantasy world does this play? I mean, to be fair, neighbors can be sweet. Just I've never really connected to one, I guess. Well, I've got some plants to water and some MMOs to raid in, so... She does not seem like the type of person to play MMOs, but go off queen. That's, good for you. Violet lets out one last house before she picks up her plant. What did she name this one again? And goes back to unlocking her door. Good talk, I guess. Even if it was kinda awkward, hehe. What a strange thing to say. Why would you point that out? Yeah, sure. See you later, bye. Slipping past my neighbor and into the cramped hallway, I quickly make for the stairs. When will I fix that broken elevator? And break into a slight jog. Seems like everything in this building is just somehow broken. That's insane. Thankfully, the weather was rather cool today, and the shoes I chose weren't going to leave me with blisters by the time I reached the library. And here we are. The smell of old paper, coffee, and soft incense. Every time I read the word incense, I have to think of that one joke where someone was like, I love the smell of incest. You know, because it kind of sounds similar and is spelled similar. Okay, that was in the game. There was like an alarm sounding noise just now that scared me for a bit. Yeah, anyways, where was I? I love the smell of incest. And soft incense floods my senses as I step through the library's glass doors. The melodic chimes alert the woman at the reception desk of my arrival, and I watch as she tucks a strand of stray blonde hair behind her ear as she turns around to greet me. There's a lot of description in this, and like, it is very beautiful to read, but at the same time I feel like I'm getting a little bit impatient. Like, I just want things to happen already, you know? Good morning, Eleanor. Oh wow, she's also very gorgeous. Is everyone just hot in this game? I mean, it is a dating sim, I guess. Oh! God, I'm gonna have to give different voices to like several women, huh? I only have one woman voice, I'm sorry. I can't really do like women's voices anymore. Not since T. So this will be a bit of a struggle. She looks surprised for some reason before her expression morphs into a soft smile and she beckons me closer with a nod of her head. Eleanor is one of my co-workers here at Corland Bay Library and one of the very few people here who actually gets the work done. And although she's notorious for being rather scatterbrained, she more than makes up for it with her caring and doting attitude towards everyone. Aw, seems like a very sweet person. But her nurturing personality can get rather overbearing at times, and I often find myself having to step away to get some breathing room. Aw, you know what this gets me thinking? What if everyone in this game was a Yandere? That would be crazy, but also kind of fun, not gonna lie. Like, you just meet different people in your life, and you're like, oh yeah, I can't wait till we get to like the main love interest, the Yandere guy, and then turns out everyone is just like absolutely insane about you. Would be fun. Nevertheless, she's charming to work with, and I appreciate her always looking out for me. After all, who knows what my sleeping schedule would have looked like without her help. Kai, just on time. I printed out your... Wait, where did I... Her expression turns into a slight panic as she spins on her heels, and I silently watch with amusement as she shuffles through the various books and stacks of papers lining her desk. Where did I leave it? Ah, here it is. Spinning around once more, Eleanor comes back and hands me a sheet of paper with the word schedule printed in big, bold letters. I take it from her grasp and give the sheet a once-over. Well, it looks like I'm going to be busy for the next few weeks. But I guess Eleanor doesn't seem to share the same disdain as me, judging from the playful look plastered on her face. So, how does it feel to no longer be the one in charge of stacking books all day long? Although, you'll still have to work the front desk from time to time though, unfortunately. I offer a weak smile at her words before rounding the corner and placing my bag under the desk. And as I begin to pull out some of my belongings, the front door chimes again, letting everyone know that another patron has come in. Figuring Eleanor has it all covered, I leave the customer to her as I go back to preparing everything for the day. But as I turn around to check on her, I notice that she had already finished greeting the customer and was on her way back to her own desk across from mine. Wow, she's fast, huh? As if sensing my gaze, she spins around in her office chair and flashes me a teasing grin. Looks like he's back again. Eleanor gives a soft chuckle as she inclines her head in the direction of the person she was talking about. You know, that new guy. I don't know when he started showing up here in the Bay, but he always comes in and rents out the books you recommend on the display window. And if I didn't know any better, I'd say he has a little crush on you. Especially with that outfit you've got on. It makes you look rather handsome, so I can't really fault him for staring. Everyone's just flirting with me. It's crazy. Especially with how much of a hot mess my protagonist seems to be so far. Because he was staring. A lot. Snorting, I push Eleanor's office chair so that she's facing the other way and focus my attention back to the papers in front of me. I'm just gonna assume that like the guy who broke into my apartment and the guy who's like staring at me in the library is probably the same guy and is probably like the Yandere guy. And I hope we get to meet him soon because I'm looking forward to it. I'm still gonna romance the heck out of the dude. What was with everyone today? Always smiling, gossiping about other people, and meddling in business that wasn't their own. It was bad enough that I had to deal with a potential intruder, but I doubt my deadbeat landlord was gonna do anything about it. Well, I mean, isn't that more of a police kind of situation? I'm not sure what your landlord would do about it. I might need to buy a stronger lock on my way home from work. Okay, yeah, a stronger lock, I guess. Maybe even some kind of alarm system. But would the store still be open by then? I don't know, you know when you get home from work. All of a sudden, I get pulled backwards as Eleanor playfully wheels my chair around and leans over my shoulder to softly speak into my ear. Would you look at that? The lover boy in aisle 8 needs some help, it seems. She nods in the direction of the red light flashing above the bookshelves, signaling to the staff that someone in that row needed assistance. With a sigh, I reluctantly stand up and make my way over. I already knew for a fact that Eleanor wasn't going to go help them herself, so I begrudgingly begin to make my way toward aisle 8 alone. I knew better than to glance back at her though, knowing fully well that my teasing coworker would be sporting the biggest grin on her face at my misfortune. Is it a misfortune though? I mean, you're just kind of doing your job. Like, I'm sorry to say. Like, I don't know if you've interacted with this guy before, maybe he's a total creep and you hate him. Like, I just got here, I don't know what's going on. But if that's not the case, then man, just fucking do your job. Ducking around the corner and into the aisle, I was immediately met with a broad backside. Sure. That was covered by what had to be the comfiest looking cardigan I'd ever seen. The person whom it belonged to, however, hadn't seemed to notice me yet, so I awkwardly clear my throat and absent-mindedly shift my weight from one foot to the other. It's him! It's the guy! It's the main guy! Fuck, I forgot what voice I gave him in the intro. He seems to jump at the sudden noise before sheepishly turning around to face me. Immediately, I was taken aback by his soft demeanor, doe-like eyes, and imposing height. So this was the guy who always rented out my recommended books on the display window, huh? He definitely fit the aesthetic of a cozy literature lover needing a good book. His pink hair also reminded me of Haruko, an anime character I had recently been obsessing over with Moth during our late-night video calls. Not sure he's got like the pink long hair going on. In fact, even the overall cut and style appeared vaguely similar to his. I wonder if that's a coincidence. But then again, his hairstyle couldn't have been trending right now. Oh, what? No. But then again, this hairstyle could have been trending right now, or something, and I just so happened to be the last to know about it. But now that I really had a good look at him, which proved difficult considering his towering height, this stranger also seemed to bear a near picture-perfect resemblance to the male lead from this webcomic I was reading. Should I be concerned that the guy from your webcomic apparently looks very close to this Haruko character? Is there some type of copyright infringement going on? I feel like I'm concentrating on the wrong details here, but sometimes I just can't let it go. Anyways, what are those marks on his hand? I'm noticing some, maybe they're scars? Like these darker stripes on his hands? I wonder. There's also like a tattoo peeking out of his sweater and his black fingernails. It's giving me the vibe of someone who dresses up very cutely, but then hides a lot of sort of maybe alt, like some alt style things underneath to impress me, maybe? I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there at this point. Trying to figure this guy out. Anyways, it was called Always With You, and it involved the main character meeting the love of his life at a, let me guess, at a bookstore, at a library. He has really long hair. It has a gorgeous color gradient though, from the pink into the blue. Are you kidding me? He looks like a mermaid. Oh my god. Like, if I saw this man in real life, I would fall head over heels, I'm telling you. As if noticing my spaced out look, the stranger absent-mindedly scratches at his jaw while he waits for me to snap out of my thoughts. In fact, I had been so distracted that I didn't even realize that he had been muttering quietly to himself. Okay, what a weird fucking moment though. Like, I'm going up to help this guy, and he doesn't notice me, so I clear my throat, and then apparently I immediately start spacing out, and he's just there like, okay, so, you gonna say something, dude? What a strange moment. I wasn't expecting. Okay, no, I can't give him like a high-pitched voice. I wasn't expecting you to show up so soon. Sorry. Sorry. I hope I'm not bothering you. I was just looking for, His voice pulls me back to the present, and I hastily try to make sense of what was spilling from his cherry-tinted lips. Sounds like my character is already down bad. Watching him struggle with his words would have made anyone feel bad, so I offer him a reassuring smile in return and an encouraging nod of my head. After that, he takes a steady inhale of air before trying again. I need some help. I'm looking for a specific book, you see, but... And now he's playing with the ends of his sleeves. I felt the sudden urge to reach out and stop him. Did I find the action annoying? Endearing? Relatable? Who knows, but instead I held back and waited for him to find the words to speak. I mean, yeah, it would be kind of weird if you just reached out and touched like a stranger, so good. But wow, even his mannerisms were eerily similar to Haruko's. Wow, he's really putting in the work, huh? Trying to be just like my favorite character. You gotta admire the effort, honestly. Get you a boyfriend who goes to these lengths for you. This is a joke, by the way, I just want to make that clear. The endearing awkwardness and sleeve tugging gave me a sense of deja vu, and it honestly felt like he walked straight out of the anime and into this very library. Man, Moth is gonna freak when I tell them about this later. The stranger in front of me takes in another shaky inhale before he tries to speak once more, this time with a lot more confidence in his tone and a fire in his eye. Do you have any books on native flora? The best I've found are on generic wildlife, but nothing about coralline-based plants. Or maybe I'm just in the wrong aisle? He was looking for a book about the native flora? Perhaps I should introduce him to Violet. Chuckling to myself at the thought, I stepped closer to the tall man and began scanning the contents of the shelf behind him. He almost seems to flinch at the sudden closeness between us, but showed no sign of moving away. In fact, he seemed to almost lean closer and incline his head towards mine. And had I not been too preoccupied with finding that book, I would have noticed how his breath hitches in his throat as my scent floods his senses. Okay. What in the Omegaverse? So it's kind of giving Omegaverse to me, because like, they're always all up in each other's business smelling their pheromones and stuff. No, you're definitely in the right aisle. Those kinds of books are just more hidden, I guess. I step past him this time and make my way over to the lower part of the shelves. Absent-mindedly, I run a finger against the spines of each book until I come into contact with one book in particular. Then, bending over slightly, I pull the book from the shelf and give the cover a once-over before offering it to the man behind me. Is this what you were looking for? Too preoccupied with the misplaced book on the bookshelf, who brings cookbooks to the nature aisle? I barely notice how his blue eyes trail across my forearm before landing on the book held out in my outstretched hand. Was it just me, or did he have a certain glint in his eyes? Was this book really that interesting? Or perhaps this tall stranger was just really into nature? Well, not that it mattered, because he was already taking a tentative step forward and revealing more of his hands from the depths of his long sleeves. With shaky fingers, I watch as the stranger reaches out and takes it from my grasp. He flips through a few pages to take in its contents before finally settling on the book with an affirmative nod. Yes. This was exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. I'm glad. Haha, you're like an angel sent down from heaven or something. You're so helpful. Kind, too. Okay, my man, you're coming on a bit strong. I'm just doing my job here, and I just handed you a book. It's not that deep. What? What? Oh, I didn't... Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. Ugh, that must have been so weird. I'm so sorry. He looked as though he was about to cry now, so I hastily threw up my hands in a comforting manner. Don't shoot! Don't shoot! And shot a reassuring smile. Can you even see that? Probably, yeah. Hey, it's fine. No need to freak out. I wasn't expecting someone to say that about me is all. Really? Well, I think it's true for what it's worth. You really are like an angel. Thanks? Figuring that was my cue to leave before things got awkward, I give him one last friendly smile and subtly glance back toward the front desk. But the eccentric man showed no signs of moving. Instead, he just looked down at me expectantly. Did you want to continue the conversation? It seemed unlikely as he didn't say anything. He simply stared at me. Awkwardly, I clear my throat for what had to be the millionth time today, and gesture vaguely to the reception desk behind me. Well, if you don't need any more help, I should... This is just getting weird now. Should I even attempt to continue this conversation, or just leave? I mean, it would seem rude to just walk away abruptly, especially considering how he's apparently a regular patron in the library I worked at. Worked? You're still a worker guy. But he wasn't making much of an effort either, so what should I do? I mean, normally I'd politely excuse myself, but I do want to get to know him better. So I think I'm just gonna keep talking to him, and just we'll see how it goes. So, do you call me off? Smooth. Classy. Seriously, Kai, that was the best you could come up with? Damn it. Well, he probably thinks I'm the weird one. Yes, actually. I like visiting whenever I have some free time. Although I usually end up coming here just to hide away in a corner somewhere and look at your book collection. Haha. You have a lot of interesting books here. Lots and lots of books. Sure. You seem to be really good at, like, hiding the stalker thing. Yeah, I mean, it is a library after all. But sure, whatever you say, mister. Actually, now that I think about it, you haven't told me your name yet. Oh, I guess you're right. You can call me... Redacted. What? It was like he said something, but his voice was delayed. That's just me every time anyone introduces themselves to me, honestly. It's so embarrassing, but for some reason my mind just blanks. And I'm just like, sorry, what did you say? Sorry, what did you say? And at some point I just give up and I'm like, I hope that, like, someone just calls out to you by name at some point and I'll get it. Was that even his voice? Was he speaking English? It almost felt like something that came out of a dream. How did you do that? Do what? Anyway, you can just call me Ren if you like. My headcanon is that he just, like, introduced himself by... I'm assuming this takes place in America. Like, he introduced himself by some, like, non-Western name. And the person was like, that's not a real name. I've never heard that in my life before. Okay, no, my headcanon is not that my character is racist. That was a joke, I'm sorry. Is it alright if I call you Kai? Although, Angel does suit you just as well. In my personal opinion, at least. Haha. Seriously, what just happened? Was I just imagining things? And was he really flirting with me right now? Are you okay? Yeah, I think. But how did you know my name? I don't remember telling you. Silly, it's on your name tag. As if to prove a point, Ren reaches out to gently flick the name tag that I somehow forgot that I had put on this morning. Oh. Kai is a cute name though. And it's really, really, really fun to say. Especially over and over again. Right. Anyway. Say, are you busy later? I'd love to thank you for helping me find this book. Seriously, what was up with this guy? One minute he's shy and the next he's bold. Well, better than bald. I'm kidding. Much love to all bald people out there. You rock. You rock. It was almost like he was putting up several fronts to see which one I responded to better. Listen, you don't have to do all that. I'm a huge people pleaser. Like, I'll just go along with anything you say. Actually, I'll be busy this afternoon. I need to buy a new lock for my apartment. A new lock? That doesn't sound good. Can I ask why? I guess it wouldn't hurt to tell him. I mean, what was he going to do? Personally show up Personally show up at my doorstep and test the new lock himself? Well, that'd be crazy. You'd have to be insane to do that. You'd have to be some sort of stalker to do that. Apparently someone broke into my apartment last night and I didn't notice. I don't think they stole anything, but still, it's creepy. I figured it's better to be safe than sorry, you know. Yeah, but it sounds like instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scum... Give me a second, I was not expecting that. Like, with his cute demeanor and everything. It sounds like instead of a lock, you just need to jump the scumbag when they least expect it and beat him up to teach them a lesson. Wow, what a normal, well-adjusted person. Stay up all night if you have to, really get the edge on them. I couldn't help but let out a genuine chuckle at this suggestion. If I had to choose, then this would have to be the side of him that I preferred. He seemed at ease and his words weren't as forced or awkward. Okay, that's crazy that you would say that, because I'm like, he's fucking weird. Like, I'll put up with a lot. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he was supposed to say that in like a joking manner, in which case, still not really my sense of humor, but I guess it's cool. But personally, I'm like, that was the weirdest thing you said so far. Like, love bombing me? Okay, sure, I get it. Honestly, I get it. It's valid. I'm kidding. No, but this, I don't know. Weird, strange, unsettling. Yeah, and who's gonna be the one to beat the guy up at 3 AM? Because last I checked, I'm not really the type to go around throwing punches at people I don't know. What are you implying here? That you punch people you do know? And definitely not before the sun is up and shining. I could do it for you. You? But I mean, we don't even know each other that well, and... That's fine. I could tell you all about myself on the walk there. My whole life story and everything. Where I was born, the school I went to, how many cute librarians I've met. Which happens to be one so far. You know, I think it's really hard to read his facial expressions. And so I don't really know with what tone he's saying a lot of things. It feels like he's giving a slight smile right now, but I'm not sure. Before I could even comment on his sudden confidence, Ren seems to pick up on my discomfort at his choice of words. If it even was discomfort that I was feeling, and hastily backtracks. Hey, or not. I was just messing around. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. There it was again, that subtle shift in his personality. But now that he mentioned it, would it really hurt to invite him to my place for the night? Are you sane? Are you quite right in your mind? Because I don't feel like you are. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's literally so weird. You don't know him. Why would you invite him back? Your apartment got broken into and you really want to take your chances with a stranger who gives definitive stalker vibes? He definitely looks like he could handle himself in a fight, his contrasting outfit aside, so maybe it wasn't so bad of an idea? I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute. Well, the thing is, in real life, I'd never invite him over, what the fuck? Like, maybe give him your phone number or something, get to know him a bit. Or if he's a regular, just chat him up again some other time, or just grab a coffee somewhere. I mean, God, you need to invite him to your apartment for like the very first day you met. I mean, not that I'm shaming them or anything. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But it's just, be a little careful, you know? Especially since he's been given off a lot of red flags. But also, this is a dating sim, so I low-key do want to invite him over. I also really want yandere things to start happening. So I'm low-key like, is he gonna be weirder if I do invite him over? Or is he gonna like really crash out if I don't invite him over and like do unhinged shit? I don't know. But anyways, I'm also seeing right now that I've been recording for quite a long time at this point. So I think I'm actually gonna end this episode here. And I guess you'll just have to see next time what I choose. Wink wink. So yeah, I think this game definitely started off quite interesting. We met 3 beautiful, absolutely gorgeous people. The writing is also like really, really gorgeous so far. And I'm excited what this game has yet to bring. So yeah, I hope I'll see you all in part 2. And until then, bye bye!